Let's go and talk about Odell Beckham Jr. So if we look back 1 year ago, Odell Beckham Jr. became a free agent because Odell Beckham Sr. posted a video on his Instagram of Baker Mayfield clearly and allegedly opting not to throw the ball to Odell Beckham Jr. for whatever reason. Who knows if it is real? Who knows if Baker and Odell Beckham Jr. hate each other? Who knows why that was happening? Because it was very evident after the trade happened or after the new team with the LA Rams happened, Odell Beckham Jr. still had it. It was very, very clear that Odell Beckham Jr. was still Odell Beckham Jr. For one reason or another, it was not working with the Cleveland Browns. OBS puts out a video, makes it uncomfortable for everybody. The Cleveland Browns inevitably try to trade him, and then they have to release him. And now Odell Beckham Jr. is a fucking free agent in the middle of the season all of a sudden. Everybody go, oh, he's coming to the Colts. No, he's going to the Packers. He might have. The Packers offered him $620,000 or something like that, $660,000. And then the Rams, on top of that, offer him $4.25 million. Okay, so I think the Green Bay Packers thought they were able to get Odell Beckham Jr. for next to nothing because it was middle of the season, nobody has any salary cap left, and maybe people think that Odell Beckham Jr. is a distraction or not. So the Green Bay Packers, who definitely needed another weapon at the time to go on a run, bad, made an offer of $660,000 or equivalent of the veteran min, and I think it was supposed to be divvied up after with how many games he had left or whatever. So they didn't know that the Rams were like, hey, Sean McVay actually told the owner, if you trade for Matthew Stafford while he's in Cabo, we'll go win a fucking world championship. So they had a head coach that was desperate to win a world championship. They had a GM who traded everything away that was desperate for a world championship. And they came over the top and said, $4.25 million, come on and join us, and we're going to make you a prime target for us. So much so you might win the fucking Super Bowl MVP if you're able to stay healthy throughout the entirety of it. Now he's a free agent yet again. And it is alleged now that the Rams have offered him nothing. Are the Rams in the same position that the Packers were in 1 year ago? Are they thinking that maybe nobody wants Odell Beckham Jr.? That's why they made a limited offer to him? Or are they just trying to feel it out until Odell Beckham Jr. is healthy and on his way back? Because I think some team will pay Odell Beckham Jr. good money, but right now it is being alleged that the Los Angeles Rams absolutely offered him nothing, pretty much. Sean McVay had to answer and say, I assume our first deal isn't our last deal, and it's a work in progress, and it's a long progress, said Jordan Rodrigue. Rodrigue?
Yeah, I believe so.
Yep. Okay, proper respect there. So McVay says it's a long process and a negotiation. Odell Beckham Jr. is going to have offers, right? And this isn't going to be like a Packers $660,000 offer is going to work yet again. I think he's going to get paid money, AJ, don't you?
Yeah, he will, but I mean, I guess just it's going to be he's just going to get a contract that's going to pay him for however many games he plays. But I don't know what that number looks like, and like when the Packers offered him with what the equivalent of $646,000. I bet did they have any idea that someone would give him 4.25 like the Rams did?
No, that's what I'm saying. Like I think the Packers thought that they were able to get him for cheap because it's middle of the season. He's a distraction. He's Odell Beckham Jr. Nobody's going to want him. We can offer him $660. Nobody's going to know. Yeah. And then the Rams were like, oh, we got actually a couple million plus incentives, and we are going to make you a prime target. And he's like, I'm going to go there. And are the Rams now in the position that the Packers were in 1 year ago where they think they're going to be able to get him for cheaper or whatever because of what he was able to accomplish with them last year? He gets a Super Bowl. He's kind of reinvented and rebirthed himself since a couple years off with bad teams, it seems like. I just don't know. I think there's a lot of teams that are going to want Odell Beckham Jr. for the final stretch, especially with injuries probably looming everywhere.
I think it'll be a decent amount of teams. We all know he can still play, but obviously health at this point is a big question mark. So obviously very incentive-based the deal will be. But Rams need him bad. Packers need him bad. The market, though, is weird because whatever these owners, like they kind of set their market. And obviously the Rams jumped out there. They were desperate for that Super Bowl. It'd be interesting if they take that leap again.
The Cowboys want them too, maybe.
Jerry?
Yeah, because, I mean, they obviously they let Amari go, and CD's good, and Gallup's working back from an injury. But
Jared loved the name, like the recognition, that OBJ brings. He loves all that.
And Jared's not scared to do business in a hilarious way. Like, hey, listen, you play every game, every snap. I'll give you fucking $700,000 every game. Come on. But if you get injured, you're a little bit older. Turf, not great. Here in Jerry will, great. We go play somewhere else. It's not great. You get hurt. We'll pay you only this. So come on, that's good business. Jerry will work for that, I think. Jerry's a businessman as opposed to just a doofus running a company. You know what I mean?
Well, and that's what the Rams did, right? Didn't he have team incentives? It was like 1 year base, but then depending on how far the team went in the playoffs, he got a certain amount of money. But another team, too, in California, nonetheless, like San Fran, they could use Odell Mightily, it feels like.
I don't think he goes there though. I think Odell's gonna go somewhere with like a really good quarterback. Not,
No,
no
Jimmy
shots
G's-
at Jimmy, but like
no shots, but he sucks.
like
Okay.
a Josh Allen,
Jesus.
Mahomes,
Shit.
A-Rod.
What good teams
you
don't
know,
want
like,
him though?
Tier.
Colts.
Yeah, Packers.
Well, they're not good though.
Whoa.
Or feel like they don't need him. Are
It's
there teams
early.
out there like
It is early.
Well, I mean, it's early enough to know though
What?
that like my
Lions?
team, your team fucking stinks.
Oh,
What about
yeah.
the Ravens?
We're on TikTok. Ravens would be great for Odell Beckham Jr., wouldn't it? I mean, that would be great.
That would be a good
They
spot
lose
for them.
Hollywood, need him. Obviously, the tight end game is going to open some shit up for Odell outside. He'll probably get singles, right? Would he not get?
You got it. Yeah, he'll have to get singles.
'Cause it'll have to be
With
a
Lamar
packed
back
box
there,
with
yeah,
Lamar.
back there, but not having Bateman still developing kind of into a one.
Duvernay.
I still see him going into like a pass heavy, like a really good championship like situation. And what's his timeline? What do he get healthy around? Like what?
November. Everybody's
Yeah.
saying November.
12-ish.
But did you see? He posted some pictures the other day.
He looks good.
He looks like fucking Debo. Right?
Yeah.
He tore it in February, so what's that? Usually about a 9
Yeah.
to 12-month recovery.
Yeah.
What about the Eagles?
That's what I
What's
was
that? What are you saying? What's your deal?
No, I mean that's always you never know. Obviously, every injury is different. Some guys it's 9 months. Some guys it may take a year. This is his second one on the same knee. Mm-hmm. But it's Odell. Freak,
remember
freak
the
athlete.
first
so.
surgery didn't take.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He was playing on a torn ACL or a partially torn ACL already last year in the Super Bowl and throughout the season. Then now he has the actual surgery that cleans it up. The game's better when Odell Beckham Jr. is playing well.
Yeah.
We all saw that the second half of the season last year with the Rams. It was fucking electrifying watching him, AJ Hawk.
I mean, think of the difference Odell's life was the beginning of the season. He was in Cleveland for
Great
what,
house,
half the
though.
year.
Yeah.
And it's almost like
shoe
the
room?
closet. Ooh, his closet was amazing. But then
shoes.
the dude, like that all happened in the same year. Then he goes to the Rams and wins the Super Bowl. Like it's crazy the contrast in where he was like in September compared to the Super Bowl.
I concur. What were you going to say there, Connie? You think he's going to the Patriots? Nah.
No way. Philly is what I.
Oh, Jalen with another weapon. That'd be fantastic. AJ Brown.
Chiefs.
Chiefs will somehow find a way to get him right.
That would be
Cheesemaker.
absurd.
Oh, how about Tampa?
Well, that
got
building's burning down. No one goes to work.
They won last week when nobody's going to work, so they're still the Tampa Bay Buccaneers.
Tampa,
But
yeah,
because they
Tampa's
already
a
have
good
Godwin
destination.
and Evans and Julio and
Paid
Julio's out
Yeah.
already.
They're saving him.
Julio's
again?
hurt.
I thought he
About Tennessee.
That's why
Julio's not playing, I think.
You
From
would
what-
think he played last week.
He's getting a
But-
few
Well,
snaps.
give it a
but
week
he's
or
not
two.
really.
You would think the Packers would look at what he did last year, and like obviously the medical is part of it, but it's like, hey, if he's available, like go fucking sign this guy.
Somebody's going to have to pay him, though. Like I think that's the thing that happened last year. The Packers thought they were going to be one of the only teams that made an offer, and they were probably laying that out for Odell Beckham Jr. Like, hey, you're welcome. Like, we love you. That's why we're giving you this and this whole thing, They probably thought they were the only ones in the race, and then the Rams come in and are like, nah, $4.5 million, actually. We're going to give you, and we're going to go win a Super Bowl, actually.
Which is really nothing, though. If you think about it, for a superstar like Odell, if he comes in and he does what you thinks he can, like, and he's only playing half the year, that doesn't hurt you much at all. I feel
He's
like.
posting a lot of photos on Instagram too right now.
Yeah.
It appears as if he is all the way back, Odell Beckham Jr. I had a couple DMs with OBJ.
Really?
Yeah, I asked him to come on the show after something happened. I forget what he did. He did something. I asked him to come on the show, and he said, "Let me figure out what I got going on. I'll hit you back or whatever." Hasn't hit me back.
Damn. Was it after the Natty or no?
No, it's like this season.
This season.